Absolutely. Here's a long, high-quality YouTube video script focused entirely on the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a fascinating year for coin collectors due to its unusual transition in metal composition and multiple varieties. This script includes the history, types, value, and circulation worth of the 1982 penny, perfect for an engaging and educational video. What if I told you one of the most common coins in your pocket, worth just 1 cent, could actually be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars? It happened in 1982. A year full of quiet changes that shocked coin collectors for decades to come. This isn't just about a penny, it's about a transition, a mystery, and a treasure hunt hiding in plain sight. Welcome to the story of the 1982 Lincoln cent, the coin that split American change in two. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It replaced the Indian head cent and marked the first time a U.S. president appeared on regular coinage. From 1909 to 1981, most pennies were made from 95% copper, giving them a reddish-brown tone and a weight of 3.11 grams. These copper pennies had a melt value close to or even above 1 cent in times of rising metal prices. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, inflation pushed up the price of copper dramatically. It began costing more than 1 cent to mint a 1-cent coin. The U.S. Mint had a decision to make: keep losing money, or change the composition of the penny. In mid-1982, they quietly switched from the traditional 95% copper alloy to a new, cheaper composition, 97.5% zinc, coated in 2.5% copper plating. But here's where things get interesting. They didn't make the switch overnight. Both copper and zinc versions were minted throughout the year. 1982 is a special year for another reason. It produced 7 different varieties of the Lincoln cent. That's right, 7. Here's what makes them unique. Notice anything missing? That's right. There was no officially released 1982 D small date copper. Or was there? We'll get to that mystery in a minute. For years, collectors believed the 1982 D small date copper penny didn't exist, until it did. In 2016, one surfaced, verified by third-party graders like PCGS and NGC. Only 2 genuine examples are confirmed to exist as of now. One of them sold for $18,800 at auction, and its rarity has collectors across the country weighing and examining their change in search of the next jackpot. Over 10 billion pennies were minted in 1982 across the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making it one of the highest production years in U.S. history. Most ended up in circulation, used for decades in everyday transactions. Today, many are still out there, sitting in jars, drawers, or old boxes. And among them could be a rare variety worth hundreds or thousands. You might just uncover a modern treasure hiding in plain sight. The 1982 penny is more than spare change. It's a turning point in U.S. minting history, a complex puzzle for collectors, and in rare cases, a life-changing discovery. Would you like me to design visual slide prompts or animations for this script as well? Sure! Here's a comprehensive and engaging YouTube script on the 1-cent coin, perfect for a long-form video. It covers its history, design evolution, rarity, and high-value examples. You can read this like a documentary-style narration or split it into voiceover and on-screen visuals. At first glance, it's just a penny. 1 cent small, copper-colored, often tossed aside or lost in couch cushions. But what if I told you that this tiny coin holds a story that spans more than 2 centuries, tied to war, inflation, design revolutions, and in some cases, millions of dollars? Welcome to the fascinating history of the United States 1-cent coin, where pocket change can become priceless treasure. The journey of the 1-cent coin begins in 1793, just 1 year after the U.S. Mint was established in Philadelphia. That year, the first official 1-cent coin, known as the flowing hair large cent, was struck. These early pennies were massive, almost the size of a modern half-dollar, and made of pure copper. These coins weren't just currency. They were a statement of American independence and economic ambition. From 1793 to 1857, the large cent underwent numerous design changes, reflecting artistic styles and political ideals of the time. Lady Liberty, in various forms, graced the obverse of each coin. In 1856, rising copper prices forced the U.S. Mint to redesign the cent entirely. Enter the Flying Eagle cent, smaller, sleeker, and containing 88% copper and 12% nickel. It was the first small-sized penny. Just 3 years later, the Indian head cent was introduced in 1859 and became one of the most beloved and widely circulated U.S. coins, remaining in production until 1909. In 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the U.S. Mint unveiled the Lincoln cent, the first U.S. coin to depict a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin bore his initials VDB on the reverse, which sparked controversy and led to early design modifications. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse featured 2 wheat ears, known today as the wheat penny. From 1959 onward, the Lincoln Memorial design took over, marking 150 years since Lincoln's birth. In 2009, to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial, 4 unique reverse designs were released, showcasing scenes from his life. And in 2010, the penny got a new shield reverse, a nod to unity and preservation of the Union. During World War II, copper was a strategic war material, so in 1943, the U.S. Mint struck pennies using zinc-coated steel. These 1943 steel cents look silver and are often mistaken for dimes. But a few copper planchets accidentally made their way into the presses in 1943, resulting in one of the most valuable coin errors in U.S. history. A 1943 copper penny once sold at auction for over $1.7 million. You may be surprised to learn that some 1-cent coins are worth far more than their face value. Here are a few examples, the holy grail for many collectors. Only 484,000 were minted in San Francisco, and clean specimens can fetch up to $3,000, $5,000, even more in top condition. A misprint caused doubling in the date and lettering. These are highly sought after and can be worth $1,000, $15,000 plus, depending on condition. As mentioned earlier, these wartime errors are among the rarest and have sold for millions. 1983 double die reverse and 1992 close AM cents are also valuable varieties worth hundreds or thousands. So before you toss your change into a jar, take a second look. Your penny might be a hidden gem. Today, the penny still circulates in the billions each year. But it costs nearly 2.5 cents to produce just one. Debates continue about whether it's time to eliminate the 1-cent coin, as many countries have already done. Yet the penny persists, not just in pockets and piggy banks, but in our culture. It's part of sayings like a penny for your thoughts, and a penny saved is a penny earned. So, the next time you see a penny on the sidewalk, don't ignore it. You might be holding a piece of history, or even a small fortune. From humble beginnings to million-dollar auctions, the 1-cent coin is far more than it seems. Like and subscribe if you found this journey through America's smallest coin fascinating. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or want tips on how to check your coins for value. Thanks for watching! Would you like me to include on-screen text prompts or suggest visuals for each section of the video? Certainly. Here's a detailed and long YouTube video script about the 1-cent coin, covering its history, value, design evolution, and rare variants worth big money. You can present this as an educational or numismatic-focused video. The tone is designed to be engaging, informative, and suitable for a voiceover or on-camera delivery. #clapperboard YouTube video script. The power of 1 cent, the fascinating history and value of the penny. ****, INTRO, midnight to 0:30, ***, musical note, upbeat background music fades in, studio microphone, voiceover or on camera. It's small, often ignored, and tossed into jars or lost between couch cushions. But the humble 1-cent coin, the penny, carries over 2 centuries of history, controversy, and sometimes surprising value. Welcome to / your channel name, and today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the US 1-cent coin, exploring its origins, design evolution, and uncovering the rare pennies that could be worth thousands of dollars. Section 1. The birth of the 1-cent coin, 030 to 230, Studio microphone. Let's go back to the very beginning, the year 1793 . That's when the United States Mint first introduced the 1-cent coin, following the Coinage Act of 1792. The original penny was nothing like what we know today. It was larger, made of pure copper, and known as the flowing hair large cent. This coin depicted Lady Liberty with flowing hair, a symbol of freedom and the young nation's ideals. These large cents remained in production until 1857, when the mint finally downsized the coin due to rising copper costs and practicality. That's when the Flying Eagle cent was born, the first of the small cents. Over the decades, the 1-cent coin has undergone several major design changes, each telling a story about America's culture, values, and leadership. Designed by James B. Longacre, the Indian head cent features liberty in a Native American headdress. Contrary to popular belief, it's not a depiction of a Native American. It was produced until 1909. In honor of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the U.S. Mint introduced the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent, designed by Victor David Brenner. This was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a controversial move at the time. It featured Lincoln's bust on the front and 2 wheat ears on the reverse. And here's a gem: the 1909 SVDB penny, from the San Francisco Mint, is one of the most sought-after pennies in history. 3. 1959 Lincoln Memorial reverse. On Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, staying in circulation until 2008. 4. 2009 Bicentennial cents. In 2009, 4 special designs mark Lincoln's 200th birthday, each depicting different stages of his life, from log cabin to presidency. 5. 2010 Present Shield Cent Studio microphone. Now let's talk value. While most people think pennies are nearly worthless, some rare 1-cent coins are worth a fortune. Here's a breakdown of pennies that have sold for serious money. During World War II, pennies were made from steel to save copper for the war. But a few were accidentally struck in copper. One 1943 copper penny sold at auction for over $1.7 million. 1955 double-die penny. A misaligned die caused doubling on the date and lettering. It's one of the most famous era coins and can fetch $1,000 to $10,000 depending on condition. As mentioned earlier, low mintage, full initials, San Francisco Mint mark. Expect prices from $800 to over $3,000. 1983 double die reverse. Another doubling error. These pennies can sell for hundreds. The bottom line? That jar of coins you've been ignoring might have a rare treasure inside. Check dates, mint marks, and look for doubling or unusual colors. Did you know it costs the U.S. Mint over 2 cents to produce a single penny? That's right. We lose money making money. Many economists and lawmakers argue for its elimination, like Canada did in 2013. But supporters say it helps keep prices low, honors Lincoln, and serves the coin-collecting community. Heavy check marks. Start by sorting pennies by date and mint mark. Heavy check mark. Look for key dates like 1909 SVDB, 1943 copper, and 1955 double die. Heavy check mark. Invest in a coin magnifier and a red book, a guidebook of United States coins. Heavy check mark. Consider coin rolls from banks. Treasure hunting made easy. Heavy check mark. Store your coins in protective holders to preserve their condition. Studio microphone. From a symbol of freedom to $1 million collectible, the 1-cent coin proves that even the smallest things can carry the greatest stories. So, next time you see a penny on the ground, maybe think twice before walking past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more stories from the world of money, history, and hidden treasures. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Would you like a printable version of this script or a visual storyboard to go along with it? It's small, copper-colored, and often forgotten at the bottom of your pocket or tossed into a change jar. But what if I told you that your ordinary 1998 penny might be hiding an extraordinary value? In this video, we're diving deep into the 1998 1-cent coin, uncovering its origins, how to identify rare versions, and why some of these coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Stick around, you might just have a little treasure sitting in your house right now. The 1998 1-cent coin, often just called the 1998 penny, is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the obverse front, you'll find a right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. On the reverse, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo. But while millions of these coins were minted, not all 1998 pennies are created equal. As you can see, the Philadelphia and Denver mints cranked out billions of pennies, making them very common in circulation. But when it comes to value, especially above face value, it's all about condition, rarity, and errors. Let's talk about the good stuff, rare 1998 pennies that are worth money. While most 1998 pennies are worth, well, just 1 cent, there are specific variations and errors that collectors go crazy for. Here are the most valuable ones to look for. On standard business strike pennies from 1993 to 2008, the A and M in America. On the reverse are very close together, almost touching. But in 1998, a proof reverse die was mistakenly used on some Philadelphia business strike coins, resulting in the wide AM variety, where the A and M are clearly separated. This rare error can be worth $100 to over $600, depending on condition. Higher grade coins, MS66 and above, can fetch up to $1000 or more. Flip your 1998 penny. Look at America. If the A and M are clearly spaced apart, you might have a winner. Use a magnifying glass to be sure. The 1998 S-proof penny was struck in San Francisco and never meant for circulation. These coins were made for collectors and have a mirror-like finish with sharp details. High-grade 1998 S-proof pennies with cameo, CM, or ultra cameo, UCM, designations can be worth $20 to $100 plus. Perfect grade PR70 DCM examples have sold for $300, $500 plus at auctions. Some known valuable errors include off-center strikes ***. A coin struck off-center by 10 to 50% can be worth $20 to $200 plus depending on how dramatic the error is. Clipped planchet ***. Part of the coin appears cut off. These can sell for $10 to $100 plus. Double die obverse, DDO, ***. Although rare for 1998, any doubling on the date or lettering could indicate a double die worth $50 to several $100. Despite being just 1 cent, the penny holds big cultural and monetary significance. Every year, the U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies, even though it costs nearly twice as much to make one than its actual value. And still, it remains in circulation, partly due to tradition, partly due to inertia. But with billions of coins out there, some get struck with rare errors. That's why checking your change is more important than ever, especially for key years like 1998. Studio microphone. So, the next time you spot a 1998 penny in your drawer, don't toss it away. Check the details, inspect for errors, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover a small copper coin with a big payoff. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1998 penny, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin content, and tell us in the comments. Have you ever found a valuable penny in circulation? Thanks for watching / your channel name, where every cent has a story. Would you like a downloadable PDF script or thumbnail / title suggestions for this video?